I'm up bright and early, it's just a little bit after 6. It's a fairly beautiful sunrise as these things go.
That's enough sunrise for you. No, I'm gonna go to the beach. Let's go to the beach, and check out some more of it.
That's enough sunrise for you. No, I'm gonna go to the beach. Let's go to the beach, and check out some more of it. There were some toilets down by the beach there, but they were all locked. That's another thing it's worth observing about the Dingle Way. And from what I can tell, the Dingle Peninsula in general, I've seen practically no public toilets. Which is fine when you just need a pee, because just pee in a hedge. But it's not so easy for girls to pee in a hedge. They tend to fall into the hedge. Yeah. And if you need the old number 2, it can get quite uncomfortable. Like, if you've got to wait for a pub to open, who will insist you buy something, which is a terrible blow. So I never like to buy a pint of Guinness. I don't know what you're talking about, officer. Yeah. I've had some uncomfortable times trying to find a lavatory. This is maybe a nice touch. I think I mentioned this on day 1. It is day 7 now, so it's getting hazy in my brain, my old man brain, what I remember doing, what I don't remember doing. But all I can see is Squidward. It's just Squidward. In case you couldn't see that, I'm going to do it again.
SpongeBob, what are you doing?
Get a lot of Squidward. Earth is closed today. God rest in peace, Iron Man. Just thought I'd share my my location. So it's another nice bit of varied countryside, some wetlands. It's quite extensive. This little peninsula of a peninsula. I'm not exactly sure what it's called. The actual, if it's got a name or just the little villages. Castle Gregory was the village back there. Kilshenning or something like that, perhaps. Anyway, I'll maybe put a little picture in saying what it's called. It's really flat, really flat. Look. Quite interesting to know if it's ever had any nasty storm surge problems, because it's probably only a couple of metres above sea level, most of it. So you have a nasty storm surge come in. I suspect it could cause them problems? Some problems. It's very pretty. This is the road. I'm not walking very far today, it's quite a short one. Might not even make 10 kilometres. I'm only walking to camp, where I'm going to get a bus to Tralee. I could walk to Tralee, but quite frankly I don't really want to. I want to get the bus, and then I want to have plenty of time to have a nice look around Tralee. So that's what I'm going to do. Ooh, lovely eddies and swirls. Hey! So while I went on my walk, I've done some poetry for you for a bit of a giggle. I'm probably going to be too chicken shit to put that on my YouTube clip videos, because it's, you know, it's too in there. So I did a poem by Robert Frost. He's American. I did a poem by Dylan Thomas. He's Welsh. I did a poem by Lewis Carroll, and he is English. But I'm in Ireland, a place famous for its writers, and I haven't done anything by anyone Irish. So as it happens, just by coincidence, an Irish poet is one of my favourite poets. So I've probably got 3 favourites, all kind of tied the same, all do very different work generally. Dylan Thomas, of course, probably the greatest poet who ever lived, and he's Welsh, obviously. Wilfred Owen, war poet, one of the most horrible stories in the world. Great war poet, I'm sure would have made and written some fantastic poems had he survived the war, but he actually died in France a week before the war ended, and the telegram message to his parents that he was dead arrived home in his, I think he was from Shrewsbury, somewhere near there anyway. The telegram telling them he was dead arrived home as the bells were ringing in the local church to celebrate the fact the war was over. So yeah, that's pretty tragic. So Wilfred Owen, he's English. And then probably my 3rd favourite poet, and these are not in order. They're not in order. You can't really rank. You can rank anything you want, but it's a strange thing to do. I think they're all equal favourites. And I've got an honourable mention, but number 3 is almost certainly William Butler Yeats. William Butler Yeats. Last time I was in Dublin with Shauna, we went to the National Library of Ireland, where I wanted to go and look around the William Butler Yeats exhibition, where they had lots of original copies of his work. You have to be a proper nerd to get excited by stuff like that. So, oh my god, there's a piece of paper that William Butler Yeats wrote on. Wow! One of my favourite poems of all in the world is his, and it's kind of naturey, and it is The Lake Isle of Innisfree. That's not a lake, it's the sea, but let's use our imagination. We got the sound of water, that should help. So that goes a little something like this. I will arise and go now, and go to Innisfree. A small cabin will I build there of clay and wattles made. 9 bean rows will I have there, a hive for the honey bee, and live alone in the bee-loud glade. And I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow, dropping from the vales of the morning to where the crickets sing, their midnights all a glimmer, and noon a purple glow, and the evening full of the linnet's wings. I will arise and go now, for always night and day I hear lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore, while I stand on the pavements and on the roadways grey. I hear it in my deep heart's core. It's a sort of angsty poem about being in the wilderness and being out in that sort of place you just want to be, wherever your special place is. Should I do another one? When you are old and grey and full of sleep and nodding by the fireplace, take down this book and slowly read and dream of that soft look your eyes once had. How many loved your moments of glad grace, or loved your beauty with love false or true? But one man loved the pilgrim soul in you, and loved the sorrows of your changing face. And bending down beside the glowing bars, whisper a little sadly how love fled, and paced upon the mountains overhead, and hid his face amid a crowd of stars. Ooh. This I've noticed I think is really fun, because it's the kind of dork I am. If you look, you can obviously see where the high tide line, quite clearly where the sand is lighter and darker. So obviously where the high tide was only a couple of hours ago, so not that you're allowed to, but like maybe camping in those dunes over there, and the tide comes right in, you'd be on your own little island almost. That'd be fun. I'd like that. I might come back and do that sneakily. Here's the little bridge with a seagull. And a crow. Oh, the seagull's gone after the crow. I reckon someone's nicked someone's morsel. Oh yeah, no, he's after him. They have a fight, man. Fight! Right. We have crossed to the other side. Now, well, I can capture this sort of reflection of the sky and the dune and the sea. That's a beautiful view right there. There's a church which is near camp. There's a, I don't know if, you know, I think the young people now more than anyone, but when I was young, when I was a teenager, churches were never locked, and the church is locked. Very sad sign of our times in many ways. It would not have crossed people's minds 50 years ago to go into a church and do anything they oughtn't be doing in there other than respectfully sitting and listening and looking. But nowadays, there's an awful lot of people in the world who really can't respect anything at all. So they go into churches and take stuff or just mess them up, or yeah. I mean, and I'm not religious at all, but having places you just respect just seems like a nice thing in society, you know? No one's going to care if you disrespect a bus stop and sitting there sniffing glue. But yeah, just have some nice places that don't have to be locked, so people can go in there and have a little sit and a quiet think. It's very lovely, whether you're an atheist or not. But there we go. That's progress, I suppose. I'm in the bus stop. We're in camp. So that means I'm done. Like I said, I might show you around a bit of Tralee. I'm not too shy. But this is the start and end point, essentially. I mean, you can start in Tralee and end in Tralee. It makes sense that it starts there, if you like, but it's a loop, and the loop starts here. So this is closing the loop. And I could walk back to Tralee, but as my friend Kieran said, it's a bit of a slog anyway. So the bus it is, and some relaxation. So, poo, see you in Tralee. Hello, so I said I would show you around Tralee, but I didn't, mostly because I forgot to take my GoPro out of me, so that happened. It's 8:20. I've had 2 or 3 Guinnesses, maybe 4 or 5 Guinnesses, a couple of whiskies. I'm pretty mellow. It's genuinely been amazing. Highlights, there's 2 highlights for me: Guinness, the beach, seafood chowder. In the morning, I'm flying from Cowes to Dublin, and then I'm flying from Dublin to Cardiff, and then I'm gonna kiss my wife. I'm gonna kiss that woman a lot. I'm trying to see how much battery we've got left. I am so blind now. Don't get old, guys. Honestly, don't get old. That's my main advice here. So I can't read anything on this screen here. But that's red and that's red, which is probably bad. That's flashing red, which means recording. That's probably fine. My face is red, which probably means, you know, melanoma. My beard is white. I'm an apprentice Santa, I feel. Thoughts on a postcard, P.O. Box 45, London, England, Blue Peter. Yeah. Slange, Gora Ma'agat, Slanga Foil. So, let's do it again. Slange, Gorav Ma'agat, Slanga Foil. I'm all packed up. I'm ready to go to the airport. I'm going to Kerry Airport to fly to Dublin, and then from Dublin back to Cardiff. I think that's my taxi. No, that's not a taxi, John. That's Peeves Peever's Motor Parts. Oh, anyway, cool. Yeah, so it's been amazing. I did some footage last night. I'm fascinated to see it. I was so tired. In the footage, I probably seemed smashed. I think I was just exhausted. I'd only had 3 pints, I think 3 pints of Guinness and a couple of whiskies, which is well below my tolerance. But I was absolutely shattered. By 8:30, I was fast asleep. Just basically... It's strange because that sort of hasn't happened to me. A couple of nights I've been up quite late. And I just think I think it's that thing of finishing. Your body's like, oh, done are you? Well, I think I'll shut down. Brill, cool. See you later. So that was my last day on the Dingle Way. The Dingle Way itself was absolutely beautiful. That last day was particularly stunning. The weather was beautiful. Some beautiful scenery. A fantastic sunrise to enjoy. I got to Tralee and I found this place, the Wild West Outfitters and Supply Co. If you visit the Dingle Peninsula, if you visit Tralee, I heartily recommend a visit to the Wild West Outfitters. Some great fun stuff in their shop. Baseball caps, cowboy hats, camping, cooking gear, which is obviously a personal favourite of mine. Cowboy boots, etc. A really fun little shop to go and have a look around, even if you don't buy anything. But buy something. Keep the business going. It's a cracking little business. So, the last day of my walk, obviously, it was a brilliant walk. I really enjoyed the Dingle Peninsula. The scenery was absolutely stunning. What I would say is a huge amount of the Dingle Way is on roads, and probably you might enjoy it more on a bike and then spend some of your days walking in the mountains, because there were some beautiful mountains that I didn't get to go up because I was too busy walking around the Dingle Way. But as the Austrian guy says, I'll be back. So I'm looking forward to visiting the Dingle Peninsula sometime soon. So that's my last day done, and I got in nearly 22 kilometers, 30,000 steps. As always, thanks for watching.